Welcome to my channel and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I would also like to welcome Spirit into this reading and say thank you for the messages we are about to receive. This is a general reading. Okay, so the first card you got is the first quarter, and it is the leaves, and it's showing that there's a lot of competitiveness going on around you. So if you're interested in somebody, there might be a lot of other people that are interested in that particular person. It's a phase of growth, so everything that you do, any little thing that you do is going to produce results. It's going to blossom into something. So if a relationship is about to take hold, it looks like little things will bloom into something better. Now you've got Freya card over here, and this is about maybe not expecting too much out of somebody. So you may need to lower your standards a little bit over there, or compromise a little bit on it. So if you've got an ideal person in your mind, it might be a bit too you may be wanting too much from somebody, and you may need to be a bit more practical in how you whatever it is that you are looking for in a person. So setting your standards too high may be the reason why you may not be getting into a relationship. Now, if you're already in a relationship, it's also there is a need for compromise. So don't expect too much from the person, because everybody is human after all, and we all have failures. We all don't do things that are we're not always good at everything, in other words. So make sure that you're not expecting too much from somebody, because that puts a lot of pressure on them as well. Now you've got the sleeper card as well here, and this is about taking a little bit of time out. Maybe everything doesn't seem to be moving pretty quickly right now. This is almost like the hangman. Maybe things are at a standstill right now. There might be that you have premonitions or even feelings that are coming up as well. So you might be very psychic at this particular moment, and maybe it is good to follow your instinct. But things are a little bit at a standstill right now. So in the past, you've got the last quarter, or the waning moon here, and it's in the water. It's a water moon, and it looks like there was a lot of manipulation that was going on within that relationship. Because it's waning, it looks like that has now come to an end. So you were almost finishing that cycle where you were codependent on that particular person. You've also got the scepter card over here, so it seems like you've taken back your power after going through a period where you've been manipulated or you've been controlled within that relationship over here. And now it seems like you may be making plans for the future here. So that's been going on in the past few months. Now going into the future, you've got Demeter, which is a card ruled by Virgo over here. So it looks like, you are concentrating or focusing on your work aspect of your life right now. It seems like you've dealt with a loss of a relationship over here, and there might be this person might end up coming back into your life again, because there's usually a return with this. This person that you were dealing with, however, was pretty tricky. They were very manipulative, and they may have lied a lot to you. So just be aware that they may not have changed their ways if they decide to come back and make an apology. You've got the impulse card over here, so make sure that you are not acting rashly. In other words, don't just follow your impulses. Don't just follow your don't rush into things. In other words, if you're going to be rekindling that particular relationship, make sure that you are going in with your eyes open. So consider all that this person has done. If they have deceived you, take it slowly and allow it to develop naturally, rather than rushing into things or trying to manipulate things and make things happen. So there is a need for you to just watch out, really, before going back into a relationship, because the person may not have changed. So those are the energies for those 2 weeks. So I'm going to be using the Symbolon Tarot for the main read this week. So at the bottom of the deck, you've got the the card where you're really having a go at yourself. You're almost beating yourself up about what had happened. Maybe there was a heartbreak situation over here. Maybe this person deceived you, but you might be blaming yourself for it. You're being too hard on yourself. You can see this man's beating himself there on the back, regretting maybe the things that you did. So, it's time to stop that kind of behavior. You do need to know that, if you were being manipulated within that situation, this may not have been your fault at all. This person could have been very tricky to deal with, and, you have to stop beating yourself up about what had happened. What has happened, and now you need to move on from it. So you're also isolating yourself quite a bit. Maybe you don't want to get out there. You can see this man's in a really little room, and there's a small window, and it's got guards on it. So you seem to be withdrawn from the rest of the world, and spending a lot of time regretting, maybe looking at the past, and maybe wishing you hadn't gotten into that particular relationship. You are going through a period of heartbreak at this particular moment, and there might be a breakdown of communication between you and the person that you're dealing with. So what's happened with you? What's happening with you, rather? So you've got this card where you're in two minds about something. So there is, you're looking at the bad and the good of that situation. You may be remembering the good times that happened, or also the bad times that happened. There might be some kind of decision that you also have to make that you're in two minds again about. It seems like you have been through some kind of legal issue over there. You've been dealing with maybe the courts. You can see this woman's in front of some kind of judicial system over there. So this might have been a breakup. This might be a divorce that you are actually going through, and there might be a judgment that is pending, or you're going to be going to court for this particular relationship. Maybe like I said, it's probably a legal ending to that relationship. So you are reaching a point where there's some kind of decision that you have to make, and you have to look at both sides of it. So you have to see the truth in it, and be stand back and look at it from a very objective point of view. Don't let your emotions get the better of you within this particular situation. Now, in the past, you've got starting a new cycle as far as the way you feel about life, about things. This is a cup. It's almost like the Ace of Cups over here. So this is the beginning. You're searching for something, that is long-term, or you're searching for something that is more meaningful in your life right now in these past few months. You're certainly watching your finances, because you're being this woman's alone, so you're having to manage all your financial obligations by yourself. So if you had shared joint finances, it seems now you're on your own, and you're having to save money as well. So you are putting aside money. You're trying to watch out for whatever's going on as far as your financial situation goes, but you're also spending a lot of time as well by yourself. So you can see this person's again in a little room with a lot of bars on the windows over here. So managing money, trying to hold on to your money as well, trying not to save, trying not to spend too much, because maybe the loss of this relationship did also have financial implications as far as loss goes. Now, what's in your mind? So you're feeling really as though this person, well, the loss of this relationship felt as though you had, had an accident. Really, there's some kind of impediment. It slowed you down. It almost crippled you. That's what I was trying to say. So this relationship feels like, it had quite a big financial implication on you. You've got Saturn here in Capricorn over here. So there's a lot of restriction on finances over here, and you've been doing a lot of thinking about it. So you're journeying now by yourself. So you're on your own path over there. You're going it alone, and it's hard. There's a lot of, you've got financial problems going on over here. You try to save as much money as possible, and it seems like, you feel as though the loss of this relationship was very crippling in your life. And there's a lot of rocks over here, so you're still facing and dealing with a lot of problems as well. So it's slow and painful, this journey that you're taking at this particular moment. Now, going into the future, it seems like what happened, was unavoidable. There may have been the cause of the loss of this relationship may have been something you may have said or done, something had happened that you didn't expect, that kind of outcome from. So this man is trying to, shooting these arrows, and if he doesn't watch it, he'll end up killing this unicorn. And it seems like, maybe things were said, actions were very rash, and this is the reason why this particular relationship had ended up in this particular, breaking up. Now, what you do want a relationship, a marriage, or maybe this is what you're dealing with at the moment. You're dealing with the aftermath of it. So if this is a divorce, there may have been maybe you want to get back together with this person, reconcile with this person, and you want that family relationship back again. You want it to go back to being that happy family life that it used to be. So this is what you're trying to work towards. So what's going on around you? There's a lot of lessons that you've learned from it. So you might be considering going back to school, or going back and doing some further training or further studying, and going back into that area where you're focusing on your career and trying to advance yourself as far as your career goes. And what's happening around you? So you're worried that that this drama is going to come back again, because there was a lot of drama over there. There may have been a lot of fighting. You may be waiting for some legal news to come in as well. So it looks like there may have been a divorce that went on, because it seems like whatever had happened in this relationship was presented to the court. So there was legal intervention over here, and it seems like you are waiting for some kind of news. There's been a lot of conflict and a lot of drama that went on within this relationship, or the ending of this particular relationship. So going into the future and the final outcome, it seems like reconciliation is very, very difficult. Both of you are being very stubborn. You all are not budging one bit. You all are at a stalemate situation here. There might be a breakdown of communication there. You've got that sword within that rift. So it seems like both of you are not giving in, and both of you are standing your ground, and you all are being you all are not willing to compromise within this particular situation. You do feel as though this person was very, very manipulative. You can see this woman's changed this man, and maybe this particular person controlled everything that you did, and you were, it was a very codependent relationship as well. So maybe this is the reason why you're not really happy to go back into this relationship. So you've got this the Queen over here. This is about you getting what you want. You are trying to get back on top again, and it looks like that's what's going to come into your arena, because you've got Venus there in Taurus. So this is getting your financial independence. It's about focusing on yourself as well, because you've got Sun there in Leo as well. So focusing on yourself, getting your financial stability back again, and getting your independence back again. So she's holding this apple in her hand. So you have got a lot of information, or you are more knowledgeable now than before when you started this particular relationship. It seems you are in the know right now. You've got all this experience about this particular person, about this particular situation, and it looks like you're going to come out on top from whatever happens. So you will get your financial independence back, because she's coming across as that queen, but you do need to focus on yourself. You'll get your power back, because it seems like you are letting go of this relationship that was very, very manipulative. So you have come through quite a difficult period, or you're going through a difficult period right now, and it looks like things are going to sort itself out. It doesn't look, although you're trying to work towards maybe reconciliation, or maybe you do want that family life back again, maybe you do, eventually want to settle down and get married again, but it seems like at this particular moment, this relationship is not going anywhere. There doesn't seem to be a chance of reconciliation, and you may have decided that you're going to just focus on yourself, learning, or improving your career. And it looks like things, this is like the Empress card, coming out on top of things, but getting your independence back, getting your power back in your hand. So I'm just going to draw some cards from the Archangel Power Tarot. And this is for the Oracle read. So you've got the Ace of Ariel over here. So it says it's your lucky day, new resources of money, time, or support, a change in job or promotion. So this Ace of Ariel is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a brand new beginning for you. So you might be starting a new job, but new money is also coming in. And the money could come in from in the form of a job, or you could have a settlement from whatever this case is. If it's the divorce, then there might be a settlement that comes to you there. You've got the World card over here, so this is endings of that particular cycle. A very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. So it seems like with this particular, whatever this court case is, you will get a financial settlement from it, because money is going to come in from that. The World card is a card that is ruled by Archangel Michael over here, and since it's sitting next to the Ace of Ariel, it seems like there's going to be a financial payout coming in from this court settlement. So money is going to be coming to you, but it looks like that cycle is ended. And you got Raphael over here with the Lovers card. So make a choice from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, the power of love. So you've got some kind of big decision to make over here, and you can see that as well with this particular card, the first card that fell. It looks like there is a decision that you have to make, a decision to stay put or to pursue this relationship again, or to actually move on. So you are faced with that choice over there. Now you must take the path that is most healing for you, because this is a card that is guided by Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Raphael is all about the healing of, all the emotional problems that you're going through. So you will have to make a decision from your heart as to decide whether to stay here and go through all this drama that you've gone through, because it seems like there was a lot of drama here. Now that you've gone through this divorce situation, it looks like you will move on from that. It looks like this person was pretty manipulative. You need to make that decision to move on in order for you to heal. So I hope that this reading has resonated with you, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and all the best in the situation. Thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Goodbye.